What's up, guys? Jevin here again. So the league is about to end, and I was playing around with my currency. I was doing some rogue actually. I was doing some rogue crafting, and I managed to get a spine bow with a bow attacks fire 2 additional arrows. So I was like, oh, might as well. I decided to, fracture suffix it, and you know, I got lucky, and I hit the bow attacks fire 2 additional arrows, and I decided to finish the craft. So I spammed Essence of Contempt until I got at least T3 hybrid fist for this bow, and then I finished the craft. So and that's why I ended up with this build that you're seeing right now. This is an ice shot raider build. I'm gonna go through the gears and the skill gems in the tree in a second, but yeah, and that's the story behind this build. I was just randomly crafting, and I managed to create a fist bow under pretty cheap actually. I think only costed me around 60-70x, but it's definitely worth more than that. 100 plus 150 plus x for a T3 at least. I haven't even finished or like fully divined this or qualityed to 30% or even enchanted this. I probably won't bother, but yeah. So that's that. I managed to do that. So I was like, oh, might as well. Eye shot is one of the skills that I actually like, and I found out about this from Elishar. Elishar was playing an Ice Shot Deadeye last league, and I was like, oh, that skill's pretty cool, because I was only using Lightning Strike until I think around 2 months after uh 2 months after league start last league. So I was like, oh, that skill's pretty cool. Combine that with Void Fletcher. There's a lot of explosions happening on the ground. So yeah, I decided to try Ice Shot. Lightning Arrow is another good option as well, or Tornado Shot, but I went with Ice Shot. So yeah, so let's go through the gears and how I crafted them and stuff. So the bow, I already talked about it. I just fractured suffix and hit the bow +2, spammed Essence of Contempt until I got a T3 hybrid, and then I just excuse me, until I got an ash until I got T3 hybrid, and then I just prefix cannot be changed, and then did an ashling. I didn't want to do Veiled Chaos because it's so hard to get at least T3 prefix hybrid. So I was like, just to be safe, I just did ashling. I think I got this first try. If you get unlucky and get a suffix veiled mod, then you just have to do it again until you get a veiled prefix. And I'm not sure about the odds, but it's like 90% or something to get a fizz unveil, fizz damage. So yeah. And then for the suffix, pretty basic. You just reforge speed, and then just craft the last mod. Um, for the helm, not much to talk about here. It's just basically a max attack speed Asenath chant with a sniper's mark enchant. Costs around 2-3x. Void Fletcher. I tried to double corrupt some Void Fletcher, but I was unlucky. I think I did 15 of them. I didn't hit anything good, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna buy it. So I just bought this thing for 50-60x, I think, can't remember. For the amulet, so I went with a rare amulet, tried and tested fractured crit multi amulet, and then I just spammed some essence of fight. I can't remember the name, but whichever the one that gives flat cold, and then until I got a T1 life and an open prefix, and then I did Veiled Chaos. I didn't do ashling here because the essence is pretty cheap. I think it's like 1 chaos each, so it's fine if I brick it. I can just do it again. It's pretty easy to get T1 life. You can get it in under 2x. So yeah, I did Veiled Chaos till I got the and I got it first try as well, the proj speed and damage. And then just did Reforge Chaos for the suffix and craft last mod. For the chest, this is pretty tricky to make. I was gonna go for an elevated explode, but an elevated max life, but I decided against it because it was pretty expensive to make. So I was just like, I'll just do the non-elevated version. So I was just awakening orb, explode, and max life chests, and until I got an open prefix. I think it took me 3 or 4 tries. It's always full prefix, and then I was doing beastcraft, add suffix, remove a random prefix until I'm left with the explode and max life. And then what I did was I filled up my suffix, and then did a prefix cannot be changed, and then reforge caster to get a additional curse. And then after that, it took me like 10-15 tries to get T1 attacks crit. Attacks one have percent flat crit. And after that, when I got that, I was just doing reforge crit, more common, hoping for a power charge as well. Unfortunately, I only got the flat attack crit chance. And then I just did an ashling, got the rest, and then crafted the last mod. For my curse ring, I actually, for this one, I just spammed essence. What's that called? Scorn, essence of scorn, until I got the curse, frostbite, and then like a rest. I was hoping for just some random rest, at least T3. I'm happy. I got a T1. And then I was just locking suffix. I was actually gonna go for a cold damage per frenzy charge, but I was pretty unlucky. I think I did 5 or 6 reforged cold, but I wasn't getting anything. I actually got it once, and then when I did ashling, ashling removed the mod. So I was like, I'm just gonna settle for whatever good I get. So anything good that I get. So I just settled with this one. I might redo the prefix later. I don't know, depending on how I feel. But league is about to end, so I might not bother. For my other ring, I'm using an unset ring, and the reason is because I need that extra skill gem slot. Excuse me. Yeah, I need the extra skill gem slot because I want to run vitality, which I'll talk about later on. So I crafted this. I believe, yeah, I just spammed the essence of scorn again till I got some decent suffix. I got a strength and a T1, T1 strength, T1 rest, which I actually needed. And this one, I did the same thing for the other ring for the prefix. I locked suffix and then reforged cold until I got added cold damage per frenzy or some other flat cold mod. And then did ashling. Unfortunately, I didn't get the life. I was hoping to get the life and mana regen from ashling, but I didn't get it, but that's alright. And then I just crafted the last mod. Not much to talk about on the gloves. There's not much good Hands of the High Templar gloves in the market anymore. So I just settled for max frenzy and flat crit, so I can get my crit cap. Some other option for the gloves I was thinking is grip gloves with intimidate, elevated intimidate, max frenzy, and a flat life. And then for the suffix, attack speed maybe. And then a veiled crit chance and elemental damage with attacks. Something like that would work. Mage Blood, pretty standard. I still need to change the enchant here because I'm not using Withering Step anymore. So I might change that later. For the boots, I actually just bought this. Bought something that's suffix done. You know, with an elevated tailwind, elevated onslaught, and at least T2 prefix. So I have a live search for that. I got this for 30x suffix done, and then I finished it off by um, locking suffix, reforged crit till I got elusive alone, and then did an ashling to get the move speed mod, and then crafted the last mod. Ended up pretty cheap. Um, for my flasks, so I'm using a armor flask with evasion mod, and that's because on my evasion flask I am using the armor mod. It's just cheaper to get it this way instead of, you know, getting a jade flask with evasion mod. For some reason it's more expensive, but yeah. So for the quicksilver, I'm using 25% reduced mana cost of skills during flask effect, so I can lower my eye shots and my, you know, my curses and hydrosphere mana costs, because they cost a lot when you like right click, because it casts whatever's on your helm, triggers that, and then also your skill. And I didn't want to make it zero cost so that the inspiration charge worked. And I learned from you know, from my previous elemental hit build that, yeah, you need to spend mana to proc the inspiration support. um Yep. The diamond flask, I went with an attack speed mod. I don't need a crit chance on this, the crit chance mod, because I'm already crit capped without it. So, yep. So I went with attack speed for that. And obviously Dying Sun, because it's a bow build, and just Dying Sun is just too good. Right. So let's go through the skill gems. So for the skill gems, I went with, so for my barrage or my single target setup, I shot barrage, awakened added cold, awakened cold pen, um, inspiration, and awakened elemental damage with attacks. Pretty standard. For my mapping setup, pretty much same deal, except I'm using Mirage Archer, except and Awakened Chain instead of Barrage and what did I remove? Added Cold, I think. Yeah, I'm using that. For my helm, for the curses and triggers, I'm using Sniper's Mark. And I'm using Hydrosphere, just level 1 for the low mana cost. You don't need to max this. Power Charge on crit. And Bone Chill, so that, you know, when you drop the Hydrosphere and then you hit it, you put it in front of the boss, it's gonna, you know, multiply your damage a lot. You do it like that because of the cones. I believe that's why recommended to use this. Because I believe Eye Shot has some cones when it hits a target. So yeah, it's just pretty much double dipping. If I'm wrong, guys, correct me. Yeah, still don't know a lot about the mechanics of the game, but yeah. Um, for my auras, I'm using Hatred because this is a cold build. Hatred is a must. Just to get the 100% convert. At the moment, I'm not yet 100% because no one's selling the Divergent Eye Shot level 21. So I think I'm at around, how much have I got? 86. I think around 86% conversion right now. I could take the passive here, but it's just over, you know, pretty much overkill. We'll see. It works at the moment. Hatred, Herald of Ice, Enlighten, Determination. I also have Precision here on my boots, and Dash. Dash is my movement skill of choice. movement skill choice because it just feels better compared to Flame Dash. I know Flame Dash have more charges, but Flame Dash is a bit clunky sometimes. And I'm using Molten Shell and cast when damage taken. And I'm using Vitality as well because I playing Lightning Strike. I can't play a build without the life gain on hit anymore. So I need this. I need Vitality because I'm running the Watcher's Eye that gives you life gain on hit for each enemy hit while affected by Vitality. So yeah, that's the reason why. That's basically it. So let's go through the tree. So for my tree, I'm actually running pretty similar tree with my lightning strike build. So the main difference only is obviously the claw nodes moved to the bow nodes here, and I had to tweak things around just to fit some clusters, and I moved my lethal pride here. So pretty standard tree. So actually, because I'm running Mage Blood, this build I decided to do double inspired learning. Just so I still get, you know, a little bit of headhunter vibe while mapping. So I'm using a corrupted blood on one of my inspired learning, and another one here, which gives me avoid being chilled or frozen. Um, and then my lethal pride, I put it here, and I got this seed from Tuna, actually crouching Tuna, because actually when you put this here, the nodes, it gives intimidate, double damage, and then fire res, increased strength, and increased armor. So that's pretty handy because I needed these two slots for the inspired learning. It's pretty hard to fit the lethal pride or inspired learning on this area because some of the nodes here is pretty useless. So yeah, I decided to do it that way, and then as I said, I'm using this triple mod Watcher's Eye, Hatred, Vitality, and Determination that I sniped pretty cheap. I actually got it pretty cheap. And for my cluster, I'm just running a single cluster. It's a 12 passive cluster for capping my Chaos Res and giving me a bit of damage with the attack speed and the bow damage with bows. So that caps my Chaos Res. I'm at 73%. And then some random jewels here, base jewels. It's so hard to get a good jewel nowadays. Most people have quit the league already, and everything is so overpriced. So I just went with a 3 modded one. So yeah, that's that. What else do I need to talk about here? For my ailment immunity, I'm not ailment immune yet, but I will be once I farm enough harvest to put implicits on my jewels. So I just need 1 chill, 1 freeze, 1 shock, and I should be good. The ignite is not that important, but I could get it as well. I think I have enough. So I only need 5 jewels. So 1 here, 2, 3, 4. I might not have enough actually to be ignite immune. So I might just settle for chill, freeze, and shock immune without the Pantheon because I like using Lunaris for the damage mitigation stuff. Cool. So yeah, that's that. So what have I been doing lately? Lately, it's been pretty boring. I can't wait for the next league actually. So I've just been doing some farming harvest in June missions. So my middle Atlas passive is basically Zana. Ooh, someone wants to buy. Probably not. Let's just reply to this guy. Um, yeah. So this is my middle Atlas. So I'm just running some Zana here. For harvest stuff. Okay, let's sell it to this guy real quick. Yeah, for harvest stuff, which I'll show you in a second. And let's just sell this thing. 25x. I don't know if this is pretty cheap, maybe. Thanks. Yeah, so that's that. And then for my hay work, I'm running some June passives and some harvest passives here with 4 mature watchstones. So I have 4 mature watchstones, and I'm just spamming sulfur vents. And the reason why I do sulfur vents is because it's uh pretty easy to sustain. You just horizon orb some T15 maps, and then eventually you'll just get this. And it's pretty linear layout as well. You don't, you know, I know it's Canyon is better, or maybe Atoll, but those maps are hard to sustain and they're expensive if you want to buy them. So I'm just doing Zana. So I'm just checking for any harvest stuff here. If there's nothing, I don't bother running the elder maps. I think they're a waste of time. And then I'm trying to look for the natural harvest around the map. See if we get anything. Now you can see the build is just for mapping. It's really good, but for single target, it's not the best. I know it's an off-meta build. No one plays I Shot Raider. Most of them play Deadeye, but I just love Raider so much. That's why I went with this Ascendancy. But it's still fine. You know, it does the job. Yeah, so I just do that, and also I do June missions as well along with that, and then I just sell the Ashling for on TFT. I just do something like that sometimes, so I can do Zana or June. Uh, June actually gives a lot of money right now because of all the scarabs that you get. And also Ashling it sells for 4 to 5x at the moment on TFT. And also the other reason why I'm doing harvest in, June farming is because I want to increase my TFT vouchers because I'm pretty new to the game. It's I don't have a lot of vouchers on TFT. I think I'm only awakened service provider or something like that. So I want to improve that so that people trust me more, because sometimes if I'm selling big stuff like fractures or ashlings, people would prefer to get them from the higher reputation dudes. But yeah, so this one will just do reliquary. We got lucky. For attack, I'm just doing it on large clusters. I'm definitely no spicy sushi, but I do make money from harvest. Pretty good money. Nope. Crit. Um, I actually at the moment I'm looking for the sacrifice divination cards because most people are gambling and they sell for a lot. And if you got lucky while doing it for someone else, they give you a big tip. Like this dude yesterday, I think I doubled his House of Mirrors. He gave me like a 10x tip, so that's pretty cool. Could definitely make a lot of money from that. I just do that. For crit, I'm doing it on a chest, hoping to get a double flat crit spell and attack. Let's see. Nope. For chaos, I'm just doing it on shields or belts. Like I don't think it's worth it to use chaos on the cluster jewels. It's pretty cheap nowadays. I don't even bother with that. I think so far I've only gotten one Sacred Blossom, or those tier 4 dudes. Uh, they're pretty rare. I haven't even gotten a augment influence yet since I started playing the game. So physical, just do it here. Actually, the socket color conversion are random. Some of them sell for a lot. like like non-green to green sort of harvest. I kind of prefer the scarab thing. Yeah. So let's just do another relic scarab. And we got lucky again. For life, I'm doing them on a hunter base just to get the max flat life. They sell for quite a few X to chaos, sorry. And then after that, I try to finish the map, just like what you saw earlier, just to unlock Cirrus. And then when I get Cirrus, I just kill her, and then or him. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but I just kill them, I guess. So it's gender neutral. I just kill them, and then yeah, do the same rotation again. Definitely more fun, than doing Nemesis farming and then looting. But yeah, I just got sick of doing Nemesis farming whole league. It's too much. You can only do so much of those. Look, my safe houses are full. But anyway, I think that's about it that I want to talk about um on this video. I may release another video before the league ends. Just stay tuned. Any questions, as always, just write them down in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.